Genoa City might look peaceful on the surface, but don't be fooled, something big is quietly building underneath. As Monday's episode of The Young and the Restless begins, everything feels almost normal. People are going about their day, conversations are casual, and nothing seems out of place. But if there's one thing longtime viewers already know, it's this: calm moments in this town never last for long. Because behind that calm, emotions are rising, secrets are forming, and unexpected moments are about to change everything. This episode sets the tone with a mix of nostalgia, tension, and quiet anticipation. It's not loud drama right away, instead, it slowly pulls you in, making every small interaction feel important. And at the center of it all, we have three storylines that are about to take a surprising turn. First, there's Dr. Stephanie Simmons, a woman with a past deeply connected to Genoa City. She's not expecting anything unusual today. In fact, for her, this is just another ordinary moment. But sometimes, the most unexpected reunions happen when you least expect them. At the same time, over in another corner of the city, Danny Romolotti is about to experience something that will completely catch him off guard. What starts as a simple meetup with someone he loves quickly turns into a moment filled with emotion, and possibly life-changing news. And then there's Phyllis Summers. If there's one person who never stays out of trouble for long, it's Phyllis. But this time, things feel different. This isn't just personal drama, this is something bigger. Something that could shake her entire world, especially when it comes to business and power. As the episode unfolds, we begin to see small cracks forming in what once seemed stable. Conversations feel heavier. Reactions feel stronger. And there's a growing sense that something isn't right. The question is, who's really in control here? Because in Genoa City, nothing happens by accident. Someone could be pulling strings behind the scenes. Someone could be setting things in motion, while everyone else is still trying to figure out what's going on. And that's what makes this episode so interesting. It's not just about what's happening right now, it's about what's coming next. Every look, every word, every reaction feels like a clue. And as viewers, you can't help but feel like something big is right around the corner. So as we move deeper into the episode, one thing becomes clear. This normal day? It's not going to stay normal for long. Now let's shift focus to a moment that starts off simple, but quickly turns into something meaningful. At the Genoa City Athletic Club, Dr. Stephanie Simmons walks in with no expectations. It's just another stop in her day, nothing unusual, nothing planned. But sometimes in Genoa City, the most important moments happen completely by accident. As she looks around, she notices a familiar face, or at least, someone who feels familiar. That someone is Nate Hastings. At first, it's just a polite, casual interaction. Two people crossing paths, exchanging basic conversation. There's no big reaction, no instant recognition. And honestly, that makes the moment feel even more real. Because not every reunion starts with instant emotion. Sometimes, it takes a second. As they continue talking, something begins to shift. The conversation becomes a little more personal. A little more curious. Stephanie starts to feel like there's a connection she can't quite place. And then, it happens. Nate casually mentions his mother, Olivia Winters. That's the moment everything changes. You can almost feel the realization hit Stephanie instantly. Her expression shifts, her energy changes, and suddenly this stranger in front of her isn't a stranger at all. He's the son of someone she once knew very well. And just like that, the mood becomes emotional. Stephanie is genuinely overjoyed. There's warmth in her reaction, a sense of nostalgia, and maybe even a little bit of disbelief at how time has passed so quickly. For her, this isn't just meeting Nate. It's like reconnecting with a piece of her past. And for Nate, this moment is just as meaningful in a different way. He's seeing someone who knew his mother, someone who can tell stories, share memories, and maybe even give him a deeper understanding of where he comes from. Their conversation starts to open up. What began as small talk now has layers. They might talk about Olivia, about the past, about how life has changed over the years. And there's a quiet emotional depth to it that makes the scene feel very human. Not rushed. Not overdramatic. Just real. But here's the thing about moments like this in Genoa City. They rarely stay simple. Because one reconnection can lead to bigger storylines. One shared memory can bring back old emotions. And one conversation can open doors that were closed for a long time. So the question now becomes: is this just a friendly reunion? Or is this the beginning of something more? Because if there's one thing we've learned, the past always has a way of catching up. And this time, it might just change everything. Now let's move into a moment that starts off warm and familiar, but quickly takes an unexpected emotional turn. Danny Romalotti is spending time with Christine Blair, and at first, everything feels easy. Comfortable. The kind of moment where two people are simply enjoying each other's company. They sit down together, catching up on their day, talking about little things, nothing too serious. There's even a lightness in the air, the kind that makes you feel like everything is exactly where it should be. But then, something shifts. Christine's energy changes. It's subtle at first. Maybe it's in the way she pauses before speaking, or the way her expression softens. You can tell there's something on her mind, something she's been holding in, waiting for the right moment to say. And that moment has finally come. She looks at Danny, and you can see a mix of emotions building up. There's excitement there, but also nervousness. Like she wants to share something important, but she's not completely sure how it's going to be received. Danny notices it too. He can tell something's different. And now, his attention is fully focused on her. The casual conversation fades away, replaced by curiosity, and maybe even a little concern. Then Christine begins to speak. At first, she seems almost excited, like this is something she's been wanting to say for a while. But as she continues, her emotions start to take over. Her voice softens. Her expression becomes more serious. And suddenly, this isn't just a normal conversation anymore. This is something real. Something that matters. Danny, on the other hand, isn't prepared for what's coming. Whatever Christine is about to reveal, it's not something he saw coming. Not even close. And that's where the tension really builds. Because in moments like this, it's not just about the words being said, it's about the impact they carry. Is it good news? Is it something complicated? Or is it something that could completely change the direction of their lives? That uncertainty is what makes the moment so powerful. Danny's reaction says everything. He's caught off guard, trying to process what he's hearing in real time. You can almost see the questions forming in his mind, one after another. And Christine? She's being completely honest. Completely open. Whatever she's feeling, whatever she's going through, she's putting it all out there. And that kind of vulnerability, it always comes with consequences. Because once something like this is said, there's no taking it back. The dynamic between them could shift. Their future could change. And depending on what this news really is, it might open a door neither of them was expecting. So now, everything comes down to one question. How will Danny respond? Because in Genoa City, even the most heartfelt moments can lead to unexpected complications. And this? Now let's turn to a storyline where the tension isn't just emotional, it's strategic. Phyllis Summers is no stranger to chaos. In fact, she's built a reputation on handling high-pressure situations better than most. But this time, things feel different. This isn't just personal drama. This is business. And when business is involved, the stakes are much higher. As the episode moves forward, it becomes clear that something is going wrong behind the scenes of her company. At first, it's not obvious, just small issues, subtle disruptions, things that could easily be brushed off as temporary problems. But Phyllis isn't someone who ignores red flags. She starts to notice patterns. Things aren't adding up. And the more she looks into it, the more serious it starts to feel. There's a shift happening, and it's not in her favor. The company she's worked so hard to build, the one she takes pride in, is now standing on unstable ground. And that realization? It hits hard. You can see the frustration building in her. The way she reacts, the way she starts asking questions, it's clear she's not going to sit back and let this happen. Phyllis goes into problem-solving mode. Fast. She wants answers. She needs to know what's happening, who's responsible, and most importantly, how to stop it before it's too late. But here's where things get complicated. What if this isn't just a random issue? What if someone is behind it? Because in Genoa City, business problems rarely happen by accident. There's always a motive. There's always a player. And if someone is targeting Phyllis, then this isn't just a challenge, it's a setup. That possibility starts to creep in. Could it be a rival? Someone looking to take her down? Or someone with a personal vendetta, using business as the battlefield? Names start to come to mind. Victor Newman, a man known for playing the long game, always thinking 10 steps ahead. Or maybe Kane Ashby, someone who could be working on something behind the scenes, something advanced, something strategic. At this point, nothing can be ruled out. And that uncertainty is what makes the situation even more dangerous. Because it means Phyllis is fighting an enemy she can't fully see yet. Still, if there's one thing we know about her, it's this. She doesn't back down. If anything, pressure like this makes her more determined. More focused. More ready to fight. But even the strongest players can be caught off guard. And right now, it feels like the game is already in motion. So the real question is, can Phyllis figure out what's happening before it's too late? Or is she already one step behind? Because in this town, power can shift in an instant. And when it does, not everyone survives the fallout. As everything begins to come together, one thing becomes very clear. This is not just another ordinary day in Genoa City. What started as simple conversations and unexpected meetings is now turning into something much bigger. Each storyline, Stephanie's emotional reconnection, Danny's shocking moment, and Phyllis's growing crisis all feel like pieces of a much larger puzzle. And the truth is, we're only just beginning to see how it all connects. There's a quiet tension running through everything now. The kind that doesn't explode right away, but slowly builds, scene by scene, moment by moment. Stephanie's reunion with Nate may seem warm and nostalgic on the surface, but connections to the past always bring something with them. Memories, emotions, and sometimes even unfinished business. Could this lead to something deeper? Something that brings old stories back into the spotlight? Then there's Danny and Christine. That emotional moment between them, it's not something that just fades away. Whatever Christine revealed, it clearly has weight. It has meaning. And most importantly, it has consequences. Because once emotions like that are out in the open, everything changes. Their relationship could move in a new direction. Or it could face challenges they didn't see coming. And finally, Phyllis. Her situation might be the most dangerous of all. Because while emotions can be managed, business warfare is something else entirely. If someone really is targeting her, then this isn't just a temporary problem, it's a calculated move. And that means there's a bigger player involved. Someone watching. Someone waiting. Someone who's already planning the next step. That's what makes this episode feel so intense. It's not just about what's happening right now, it's about what's coming next. Every storyline feels like it's leading somewhere. Something bigger. Something more explosive. And as a viewer, you can't help but feel that shift. That sense that everything is about to change. Because in Genoa City, nothing stays hidden forever. Secrets come out. Truths are revealed. And when they are, the fallout is never small. So as Monday's episode comes to a close, we're left with more questions than answers. Who's really behind the trouble in Phyllis's company? What exactly did Christine reveal to Danny? And will Stephanie's reunion open the door to something unexpected? One thing is certain. The drama is only getting started. And the next chapter? It might change everything. Begins in Genoa City. This week on The Young and the Restless, things are about to get intense in a way no one sees coming. At first, it feels like just another week in Genoa City. People are having conversations, making plans, and dealing with their usual drama. But underneath all of that, something much darker is starting to take shape. And at the center of it all, there's a plan. A dangerous, calculated plan. As the preview begins, we get a glimpse of multiple storylines slowly building at the same time. Each one feels separate, but there's a strong sense that everything is somehow connected. Let's start with something that seems light, but still meaningful. Dr. Stephanie Simmons finds herself in a moment she didn't expect. She's having a conversation with Nate Hastings, and at first, it's just casual. But then she asks a simple question: how does he know Olivia Hastings? That one question changes everything. Because when Nate reveals that Olivia is his mother, you can see the realization hit Stephanie instantly. The surprise, the emotion, it's all there. It's a warm moment, a connection to the past, and a reminder that in this town, history always matters. But while that moment brings a smile, other parts of Genoa City are heading in a very different direction. Because not far from there, something serious is about to be revealed. Christine Blair sits Danny Romolotti down, and you can tell right away, this isn't just a normal conversation. There's tension in the air. She looks at him, knowing that what she's about to say is big. Something important. Something that could change everything between them. And when someone says, there's no easy way to say this, you know it's not going to be simple. At the same time, another storyline begins to quietly explode. Michael Baldwin is acting different. Lauren can feel it immediately. Something is off. His mood, his energy, it's not right. And when you know someone that well, you can tell when they're holding something back. Then comes the moment that shifts everything. Michael finally speaks. And what he says? It's shocking. He reveals that Summer's company, everything Phyllis has been building, is in serious trouble. Not just a small issue. Not just a temporary setback. But something much bigger. Something that could bring it all crashing down. And just like that, the stakes are raised. Because if Phyllis is about to lose everything she's gained, then this isn't just business anymore. This is war. Changes everything. As the week continues, the tension in Genoa City starts rising fast, and now, things are getting a lot more serious. After Michael drops that bombshell about Summer's company possibly going down, the weight of that moment really starts to sink in. Lauren can't hide her reaction. You can see the concern on her face almost immediately. Because this isn't just about business headlines or corporate drama, this directly affects her life too. She knows exactly what Phyllis is capable of. And if everything starts falling apart, Phyllis isn't going to stay calm. She's going to fight back. Hard. But the bigger question here is, why is this happening? And that's where things start to get even more interesting. There are hints that Victor Newman might be involved behind the scenes. A man who's known for playing the long game, making strategic moves when no one is expecting them. If he's really trying to take back control of Newman Enterprises, then this could all be part of a bigger plan. A takeover. A power move. Something carefully designed to put Phyllis in a position where she has no way out. And if that's true, then Phyllis might already be in deeper trouble than she realizes. Meanwhile, as all this business chaos builds up, another storyline is quietly moving towards something dangerous. Sharon Newman and Noah Newman believe they're heading to Las Vegas for a very specific reason. They think they're going there to support Nick. They think they're walking into a situation where they understand what's going on. But the reality? It's completely different. Because someone has been manipulating things behind the scenes. Someone has been sending messages, setting up a situation, guiding them exactly where they want them to go. And that someone is Matt Clark. He's not just watching from a distance. He's actively pulling the strings. Using tricks, using deception, making Sharon and Noah believe they're in control, when in reality, they're walking straight into something dangerous. And the most unsettling part? They have no idea. As they get closer to their destination, there's no warning sign big enough to stop them. No clear signal telling them to turn around. Just a quiet sense that something might not be right. but by then, it might already be too late. Because in situations like this, one wrong step can change everything.